Hmm. Oh, hello guys. Oh, I love my pillow. It's so comfy to rest my hands on while I talk. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome, welcome. And first I want to say thank you so much to all of you who came out to my last video, who responded to my last video when I had just had that little surgical procedure done. That was a really rough day when I had recorded that. I was feeling really lousy, just not feeling great. And you guys responded, which was really wonderful of all of you. I want to thank all of you for your responses because they really did help. They helped an awful lot. And I can't thank you enough. Because let's face it, I don't care how old we get. When you're not feeling well, when you're just feeling down and out, we all need a little coddling now and then, no matter what. It's just human nature. When you don't feel well, you don't feel right. It just helps to have some compassion, understanding, sympathy, you name it, feeling sorry, we're all human, and I don't care what our age is. When you don't feel well, it just helps when others comfort you. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. And when I woke up that morning, the morning that I recorded that, I woke up not feeling right. I knew something didn't feel right. That was the third day after that procedure that I had done in my ear, and I just didn't feel right. So I was kind of scared and nervous because of that as well, thinking I'm really feeling weird. I just didn't feel right. And so I was really apprehensive. I was really stressed that day because I don't know how to explain it. I just didn't feel right, and it scared me, to be honest with you. Sorry guys, but I've got these hairs that are like, I can see in my vision. With light hair you can see things in your vision that I didn't with dark hair. Anyway, I just didn't feel right, so I was actually scared. I thought, I feel funny today. And then after my son left, I was even more stressed out because I thought, okay, now I'm alone and I don't feel right. And it was just a really tough day. That day and the next day were really, really, really tough days for me. But now I would say I'm 99% back. It's been a little over a week. I still, I think it has to do with age, to be honest with you. I think the older we get, anything that causes stress affects us a lot deeper, a lot stronger. Because there was the stress before the procedure, then having the procedure, then coming out of the anesthesia, then being alone when you're not feeling good. I think the stress really got to me. And I'm still feeling kind of, tired. Like 2 days ago I decided to vacuum the floors and where there's not rug or carpets. And just doing that, I was like, I'm tired. I'm not going to do anything else. And so I think I really do believe, because when you're younger, and something happens that stresses you out, you get mad, you get angry, you cuss, you yell, you do whatever, you get over it, it's done. At least for me, it's not quite the same. If there's something that actually causes me real stress, it affects my body now more than it did before. Physically, it affects me physically more, not just mentally in the terms of, well, what's causing you the stress, but I think it affects the body much more when you get older, and I think that's what's going on right now. I'm back to normal, but I can feel, how you can feel you're just not back 100%. So, and then we've had, what was it, Friday, we had some nasty winds. We had a storm move in. It reached 61 miles per hour here. And luckily Thursday night I thought, oh God, I've got to bring those potted plants into the garage from my back porch or they're going to get destroyed. And they were heavy, heavy for me. And so I drug them in. I couldn't lift them, so I drug them in. And thank goodness I did, because that wind would have just shattered those, just torn apart those leaves and the new growth that the, spring is bringing now. So I brought those 3 pots in, and it's been windy since then, since Thursday night. It's even windy now, and guys, I have had my fill of wind. I can't even sit out back with my little dogs for more than a couple minutes, because that wind it's just blowing at me, It's like it's uncomfortable and it's cold as can be, and I'm just tired of it. I don't know about you guys, but I look forward to the fall so much after a hot summer. I gripe and complain during the heat, and then I look forward to that fall and winter. I look so forward to it because it gives me such a cozy, snug feeling to be all snuggy in my house with blankets and warm clothing and all that. But come March, I'm done. It's like something hits me in March where it's like, I'm done with the cold, I'm done with the winter, I'm done. It's just every March. And I look so forward to those mornings where I can walk out onto my back porch in my PJs. Yep, in my PJs. Because I have curtains and a blind back there to block out the area behind me. Because it's an open area with a business behind it. Not right behind it, but off. And so I pull the curtains and pull the shade. And I can just walk out and sit on my porch in those summer mornings in my PJs, and it feels so good. My cup of coffee, and hear all the birds, and like right now in the little homemade bird nest that I made out of coffee the plastic coffee containers. I made some and hung them under my porch. Right now I've got 2 little families of birds. That one is she's laid her eggs, so she lays in there all day on top of her eggs. The other pair she's making her nests now, and it's so cool to just sit there. And I just look up and I watch them do their thing. And I've named them. One pair is called Lucy and Ricky. The other pair is Elvis and Priscilla. So Priscilla has already laid her eggs. She's just sitting there. And she will I'll just sit there and talk with her. I will. It's so cool, guys. I sit there. Hi, Priscilla. How are your eggs doing today? Are you keeping them warm? And she sits there and she'll just kind of go. She like tweets at me real soft, like she's talking to me. It's so cool. So I look forward to the babies, because every summer I get to watch those babies hatch and watch the parents feed them, and then eventually they're just gone. I'll wake up and the babies they're gone. They took off for their new life. And it's so neat to do. And so I look forward to that. Like today, I went out there this morning with my dogs as soon as we got up, which today I woke up at 6, and I just laid in bed until 8 watching TV. I was like, it's too cold. I just don't want to get up. Because I keep my heater at 70 at night. And for me, that's cold. But I have to sleep in cold. I can't sleep if it's warm. So I was laying there and I woke up about 8 and I thought, okay guys, let's go outside. And oh my God, it was so cold. And I was like, oh God. So I am ready. I am so ready. I don't know about you guys, but I go through that period of fall through winter when I love it. I absolutely love it, because it just gives that, you want to make all those warm, cozy foods and your hot chocolate and your fuzzy blankets and your warm sweaters, and I get all in that snuggy mood. But man, March comes and it's like, okay, I'm done, it's over. Oh, sorry babies, I didn't mean to scare you. I scared my dogs. But it's like, it's over, I'm done. I'm ready for the warmer weather. Then when it's 100 degrees outside, I'm griping and complaining. I wish it was fall. Never can be happy. There's just a short period of time there where the temperatures are just perfect, day and evening, and it's wonderful. But right now, I am so done with the cold. And another thing, something is changing in me. I don't know, maybe you guys who are getting older or are my age, I'm going to be 69 next month, guys. Yeah, 69. That's a big deal. That's my last birthday in my 60s. Wow. But something has changed. I have always loved stormy weather. And I'm thinking maybe it has to do with the fact that it's cold still, that I'm feeling this way. But I have always loved stormy weather. You know, when the clouds roll in and there's thunder and lightning and it's raining and or snowing or whatever. Well, with this last storm this past weekend, we got lots, it was what, Saturday night? Lots of rain. Was it Friday or Saturday night? Saturday night. Lots of rain. And it's been cloudy since Friday. It was cloudy days. Normally I would love that. I don't know what's going on, guys. Something's changing. But I was starting to feel kind of down. It was like, ugh. And then today when I woke up and I walked out with the dogs, that sun, even though it was cold, that sun was shining bright on my back porch because I get the east sun. And oh, it felt so good. I was just like, I sat there like this with my hands up, even though I had a big heavy coat on and it's cold. The sun was shining and I'm like, oh my God, this feels so good. It just felt so good. And my mood brightened instantly. I was like, that's weird. Normally, when that sun comes out, I'm like, oh crap, the sun is out. Because we have sun. I mean, I don't even know how many days a year we go without sun. Maybe 2, 3. I don't know. Literally here in New Mexico, where I live anywhere, in Albuquerque, it's sun every day. Even when we have a huge storm, it'll clear out and we got the sun in the evening. But I noticed this, not just this last storm, but the last one we had before it, I felt really kind of down when it was cloudy all day. And it was weird because I initially thought, oh good, a storm's moving in. But then as the days stayed cloudy, I didn't like it so much. So that's a big switch for me. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe you guys experienced that too. But I've always loved storms, and I'm thinking it might change once the hot weather is here and the clouds roll in and it's cloudy all day and we don't have that burning 100-degree sun shining down. I'm sure that'll probably change from what I feel right now, but this is unusual for me. I normally don't feel this way when we get cloudy days. My daughter and I even talk back and forth. We're like, oh, I wish we'd have a few days of rain and clouds and what have you. And I've always felt that way. And then with this last storm, I could not wait for it to be over. I was like, I am fed up with the clouds. I'm fed up with the wind. I'm fed up. I just want a nice sunny spring day with that sun, the warmth of it, the comfort of it. Good old father sun. I don't know, kind of strange, kind of a strange change of feelings for me. It kind of makes me wonder, but yeah, it's just been an interesting week, recovering from that little procedure. Everything I did exhausted me, everything. It was weird. It was like, gosh, something like I was under for hours or anything like that. But yet it still affected me. And I have a viewer, she called herself Puss Puss, I can't remember the other part of it, Puss Puss something or another. I'm sorry, Puss Puss, if I can't remember the rest of it. But she was the first one to comment on my video, my last video. And it was comforting to hear her say, to remember that the anesthesia was causing the way I was feeling. That it can be very depressing. So thank you for that, Puss Puss. That really helped me that day because I couldn't understand what was happening. I thought, man, I feel lousy, I feel bad, I feel worse on this day than I have all along. It was a really tough day, guys. I did a lot of crying. And I believe Puss Puss was right. It was the anesthesia because as the days went on, I started getting out of that frame of mind of feeling just kind of depressed, and it was weird. I didn't like it at all. So I'm glad I'm past that, and just I just feel better all the way around. And I made a delicious, oh guys, a delicious dish. It's a cabbage. For those of you that like cabbage, I know a lot of people don't, but a lot of people do. But it's a cabbage and hamburger, like a stew, stoop, I'll call it a stew soup. Oh my gosh, it is delicious and wonderful for cold, like cold days. I even have been having it for breakfast. I've still got some in the fridge. It's just delicious. Oh my gosh. I was looking for a recipe to make a cabbage soup or stew type thing, because I was going to make corned beef and cabbage. Not that I celebrate St. Patrick's Day, because I don't. But I always remember my mother making corned beef and cabbage, and it was so delicious. Oh, she made it oh, I remember Mom. Mom, it was so good. And the smell, I remember, I just loved it. Well, I went to go get corned beef and cabbage, and I saw the price of a piece like this. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I found a recipe with ground beef, and oh my gosh. That's going to be a forever recipe for me. It is so freaking good. So I've been enjoying that. It's a nice comforting food on a cold night, cold morning, cold day. Very comforting. You know how it is when you eat that comforting food. It feels so good, and I've just enjoyed it thoroughly. That will literally be a forever recipe. When I saw it, I thought, this is so simple. And you don't need a zillion ingredients, and yet it comes out amazing, and it's better the second day. First day it was delicious, but that second day I was like, whoa, those flavors really married together, and oh, it was so good. Ooh, I'll tell you. Just thinking of it right now, I'm salivating because it's so good. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to chat a little bit today. It was a hard week in a lot of ways, and the weather didn't help, which is so strange for me, because normally if I wasn't feeling well and it became stormy, that gave me more of a feeling to just lay down, do nothing, snuggle up, and just feel better. This time, the opposite. It's like, I want the sun, bring me the sun. And even right now, I don't know, it's sunny, but you know that kind of sun when the clouds are like, there's tufts of clouds going in and out all over. Then the sun is bright, then it's low, then it's bright, then it's low. That's kind of what it's doing today, and I don't want it to go away. I want the sun. And because of that nasty storm, a bunch of tumbleweeds tumbled right into my yard over my fence, piled up against the fence on the side of the house. Because on one side of the house there's a gate, you know, with the chain link fence, and then the other side is the other chain link. Well, the tumbleweeds decided to pile up on each side. I can't take care of that. And on the back fence, because it's a chain link fence. So the weeds piled up, as well as a ton of garbage, trash, just flew in. Yesterday I went out into the backyard and I thought, I've got to pick this up, because my dogs were sniffing it. And I finally had the energy. I thought, no, I can't leave that out there. I can't have them sniffing or licking any of that garbage. Snicking. There you go. There's a new word. Snicking. Sniffing and licking. Anyway, so I picked that up. But the tumbleweeds, I can't. They're too big. And they would never fit in my, you know, the garbage can for them to pick up. So, yeah, so I had to call somebody. They're coming out this week to pick up all the tumbleweeds and the trash, which stinks. That was an expense I was not expecting, and that bummed me out too. It was like, dang, now I got to pay for this. Because there's no way I can, it would be too hard to break all those tumbleweeds down to put in a bag to put out for the city to pick up. It's just too much. I just can't do that kind of stuff anymore, guys. I used to do all that years ago. Actually, just up until a few years ago. But I looked at them. I mean, they're higher than my fence. They're piled up higher than my fence, and that fence is a good 5 feet. And they're higher than that, and they're huge. These tumbleweeds are like massive things. And I'm like, I can't break all that down. I just can't do it. And then the trash that got into the chain link fence, you know how that is. It gets in there to where it's stuck in there with the tumbleweeds that came up against them. So I looked at it all and I thought, I can't. I can't do it. So I called somebody who I was able to get down the price. You know, every place I called wanted to charge $85 to $90 an hour to do this. And this isn't really going to even be an hour's work. It's just a matter of grabbing those tumbleweeds, because it's not like it's tons of them, but they piled up enough to where it's too much for me. They'll be able to come in, grab that, throw it in there, grab the other one, throw it in there, and then go on the back fence and pick that off and throw it. It's not even going to be an hour's work. So I was lucky enough to find a guy who said he'll do it for $65, which still, that's a lot. You know, when you're living on a limited income, that's a lot. But I can't do it. And this way I know it'll be done and gone. But so, oh guys, just one of those weird weeks. And I'm even feeling just off today. It's like the, you know, time change and the change of the seasons. I just feel off today. I don't know how to explain it, you know, where things feel out of sync, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And unfortunately, I'm one of those people, I can't take a nap. I can't nap. God, how I envy people that can nap. Like my sister Gloria. Oh, she can be doing whatever, and then she comes home or whatever she's doing at home, and she's tired. She lays down. She's out. She's taking a nap. What I wouldn't give to be able to do that. I can't. I've never been a napper. Even when I'm sick. Even when I'm sick, guys, I'm not able to just lay down and nap, which really stinks because, you know, on those days when you're feeling kind of down and out, or you're just bleh, you're feeling kind of blah, you know, I'd love to be able to lay down, just pass out for a couple of hours. Oh my God, that'd be nice. I can't do it. Maybe you guys can, and I envy anybody who can. I really do. It's just like, oh, like what was it, day before yesterday? I was sitting on the couch, and you know how you get that dozy feeling where you're kind of like, oh, you just kind of lay there and you're kind of, I laid there and I thought, you know what, Lori? You are going to let yourself fall asleep. As soon as I said that, I was like, okay, now I'm really awake. It's like my brain said, no, you're not. You're not a napper. Never have been, never will be. I can just see myself at 85, you know, wanting to nap, and instead I'm sitting there like, oh God, I'm so tired, and I'm so old. But yeah, I'm not a napper, can't do it. Wish I could. Stinks. I look at my dogs and I watch them hop on the couch on their fuzzy blanket. They curl up and they're out. I'm thinking, must be nice. I would love to have that ability. But I can't do it. So anyway, I'm just in one of those funky moods. And then the procedure I had on my ear, they said it would take 6 weeks of it healing to see the results of it. 6 weeks, that's a long time to see if it's going to be successful. So that's kind of a bummer too. Before I went in, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to get that procedure done, and that eustachian tube will be open and no more cotton feeling in there. It feels like, because it does feel like I have a cotton ball stuffed in my ear. And I asked the doctor how long it will take before that. I'll know. And he said 6 weeks. Oh, and the other thing too, which I have to ask my son to see, apparently when he was driving me home and I got home, I was very upset and telling him not to eat baby chickens, only the big chickens. I mean, really, I don't remember it. And apparently I was crying when I saw the little, I guess I saw birds on the, the power lines, and I was telling my son on the way home not to eat them because they're baby chickens, and to only shop at the big chicken store. And then apparently I made him contact my sister in California, and I was telling her not to eat baby chickens, only the big chickens, and to only shop at a big chicken store. Well, apparently she told me that when I told her, or when she told me that I guess she was telling me, well, Lori, we don't have a big chicken store. Apparently I broke down crying. Oh my God, you don't have a big chicken store. Oh my God. I'm so sorry you don't have a big chicken store. Well, guys, I don't remember it. I don't remember saying any of that. But apparently I was very adamant about telling everybody not to eat the baby chickens and only the big chickens. Don't know where that came from. And apparently I had a serious moment where I told my son that, what was it? Oh, that I knew somebody who killed chickens. I don't know who it was, but I know somebody who killed chickens. How crazy is that? The only thing I can think of is my son Joshua has a bunch of chickens, and that's the only thing I can think of that why I had chickens on the brain coming out of anesthesia. Don't eat the baby chickens, please, please, only the big chickens. I don't know. I love chicken. That's my favorite meat, I think. But there I was telling him not to, come on, baby, not to eat baby chickens. I just don't remember it. I wish I could, but I don't. And apparently he recorded it, so I'm going to have to ask him for that because he didn't leave it with me. He didn't email it or message it to me. So I'm going to have to ask for that. My daughter said she got it. So I guess I sounded like a fool. I hope I didn't do that in the doctor's office while I was coming out of it. Because, yeah, chickens were on the brain when I came out of it. So anyway, well, guys, this is my baby Millie. Look at that, see? Lily. Everything's off. Everything's off today. This is Lily. Any of you who have followed me know my Lily and my Pixie. My Pixie just does not want to be in the videos. Lily will hop up in a heartbeat. I don't know why. Pixie's like, no, I'm not going to be in that video unless you force me. But Lily will. So anyway, guys, I hope you are doing well. And I just want to thank you again for all the wonderful, wonderful comments you left me with that last video, because I was feeling sorry for myself. And I was feeling bad that day, really bad. I knew something wasn't right, and luckily I've come out of it, and I'm doing okay now. So I will talk to you guys later, and so will Lily. She's all my silly Lily. Oh, say hi. Say hi, Lily. You gonna say hi? She's so cute. Oh, she's so cute. Yes, she is. She's my baby. No licky, no licky, no lick. She loves to lick. Oh my God, she loves to lick. Yes, she does, doesn't she? Yeah. Yeah, they're my babies. So anyway, take care, guys. And I will talk to you in my next video. Have a good one. And thanks again so much. Thanks for being here for me when I was down and out. Take care.